Are you ready for a taste of Morocco? Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Chef Rich. Today we're going to be making a vegetable tagine. Tagine is actually a cooking vessel that they use in Morocco. Very, very often if you go to a Moroccan restaurant, you'll get something called a lamb tagine. We're going to be making a vegetarian one today. Let's jump right in. We're going to look at our ingredients. Over here we have a head of cauliflower cut up. I have an eggplant cut up, 2 small sweet potatoes cut up. I have some cumin, coriander, pepper, just a very, very tiny bit of cayenne, and I'm using some fresh ginger. I have some chopped parsley and chopped cilantro, some turmeric, 2 carrots cut up, some garlic chopped, a medium onion chopped, some salt, a cup of quinoa, and a cup of water to go with it, a 15-ounce can of chickpeas, 8 apricots that have been quartered, a lemon, and a 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes. So that's what we're going to be using. And let's jump right in. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our quinoa cooking. I'm going to add my water, and as soon as that comes up to a boil, I'm going to add my quinoa. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to roast off our vegetables. So we're going to add our eggplant, our cauliflower, and our sweet potatoes to a bowl. I gotta get some gloves. Now, I'm actually going to add some oil to our mix using olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons, I'm guessing. Mix it up nice. If you add seasoning to cauliflower, it sticks in between the little crevices. So I try to mix it with oil first. And we're going to be adding about half of this. We're going to give this a really nice toss. We'll try to keep it in the bowl. We'll add just a little bit more. I did actually invest in a new bowl. It makes my mixing life a little bit easier. And I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. And once this is mixed up really well, the eggplant just escaped. Oops. We're gonna put this on a sheet pan. So our water had just come up to a boil, and I'm gonna add the quinoa to this. Now, I cook my quinoa a little bit different than a lot of people. I use about a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning a cup of water to a cup of quinoa. I'm just gonna bring that up to a boil, and I'm going to take half and put it on half the sheet pan. Meaning, so anyway, with the quinoa, I do a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning equal parts water to quinoa. I'm going to simmer that until all the water has been absorbed. I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and it should get it'll get nice and light and fluffy. So you want this to be on a flat layer, and we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven. We're going to put this in our oven. And this is just about up to a boil, almost. Anyway, so we're gonna simmer this for probably 10 to 15 minutes until all the water has been absorbed. And I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. See you shortly. Our quinoa is boiling now, and I'm just gonna turn this down to a simmer. Give it one last stir. And now I'm gonna cover it. And just keep that on low for, like I said, 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see you shortly. Bye-bye. So our quinoa is cooking and our vegetables are roasting. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start making our sauce. I'm going to heat up my pan a little bit. I'm going to add maybe 2 teaspoons of oil, olive oil. And I'm going to add our onions, our carrots, and our garlic. And we're going to saute this very, very lightly. Once this gets hot, we're going to saute this for probably about 5 to 7 minutes until our onions are translucent. So I will show you what this looks like in 7 minutes. See you shortly. So we're back. Our quinoa, all the water has been absorbed. And you can see it's very, very hot. They're opened up a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of plastic wrap, I'm gonna cover it, we'll take it off the heat and just let that steam for a few minutes. In the meantime, I actually transferred this to a larger pot, as you can see, and my onions are definitely ready. We're gonna add our tomatoes. I'm gonna take our 1 cup of water. So we're just gonna smush that around to get it all. And now I'm gonna add our seasoning. I'm gonna add our salt. I'm gonna add our turmeric, our parsley and cilantro. I'm gonna turn this up. Just so you know, when I was cooking the onions, I turned it down to medium. And I'm gonna add the rest of our spice mix. Give a really nice stir. And I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer now, and I'll show you what it looks like in 15 minutes. So I tasted our tagine sauce. It's been cooking for probably about 5 minutes now. And one, I think it needs some cinnamon. That's very classic in the tagine, so I'm adding a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I am also gonna add another, I'm looking at the amount of vegetables I have, which is quite a lot, and how much sauce I have, and there's no way that there's enough sauce for that amount of vegetables. So I'm adding another can of diced tomatoes, and I'm gonna let this cook for another, actually, at this point I'm gonna add my chickpeas, my apricots, and my lemon. And I'm gonna let it cook for about 5 more minutes. All right, and give this a good stir. And I'm gonna let this simmer just for about 5 more minutes, and I'll show you what to do after that. So our vegetables have been roasting probably actually for about 45 minutes, which is a lot longer than I thought. But that always happens with this oven. Basically, you want your vegetables to be tender. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna actually add this to our tagine. For those of you who watch my videos on a regular basis, you probably know that I'm very good at making a mess at this point. If I didn't mention, I'm gonna be putting everything in the description down below, the actual recipe. So I used a larger eggplant. I'd recommend a smaller eggplant. I used 2 small yams or sweet potatoes. I'd recommend 1 at this point, just because I'm looking at how much stuff I have left over. And anyway, so once this is added, we're gonna cook this out for about another 5 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like in 5 minutes. See you shortly. So our vegetable tagine is now finished, and our quinoa is very nice and fluffy. Take a look. Very nice fluffy quinoa. So, anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some quinoa down on the bottom. I'm actually gonna make like a little circle. We'll take our tagine, put that right in the middle. The flavoring of this is amazing, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And we're gonna take some fresh cilantro. Just take a couple leaves maybe. I'm just putting a couple lemon wedges on a plate. You can take a look at the plate. So our vegetable tagine is finished. You can take a look at it. And I'm gonna take some quinoa, take some cauliflower, because I like cauliflower. It's really amazing flavor, really, really good flavor. You know, all those different spices bring it up, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful dish. So if you like Moroccan food, you will love this dish. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.